Hey everybody, I'm trying to get this set up in such a manner that you'll be able to actually see what I'm doing. Okay. Now, because I wanted to be able to see your comments and questions and be able to show you what I'm doing. So, I was trying to get it at such an angle where I could do that. So, howdy, here we are. Back at the nail table. Okay, so what this little goodie here is this is a practice sheet I made, okay? So what this is it is a row of nails from a Tammy Taylor Nails practice sheet that I made photocopies of, and I put all on a sheet. I've had this thing for so long that I had to actually cut and paste. Not like cut and paste on a computer, but like cut and paste with scissors and tape, and put it all together and then make photocopies, and I laminated the photocopies. So you can make this. Remember when photocopiers used to look crappy like that? I've had this thing for like 15 years. So here's the deal. If you do at least one of these every day, I promise you your product consistency will just like change astronomically, because when you stop worrying about things like structure and the nails all being different lengths and nail beds being different sizes and all those things that we have to think about when we are working on a real live client, you don't have to worry about with this. So this is practice for doing the same thing the same way every time. And what it will teach you is how to get control of your product. Now notice they're all the same, and it doesn't have anything to do with any brand. I'm going to use Tammy Taylor Nails because that's my primary brand, but you can use this type of a thing with any brand you use, because you're going to start out not good, and then you're eventually going to get it to where you can just bam, 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 do one nail right after another. And that's going to seriously increase your speed, and it's going to help you control your product. Let's see, I need to move this back here a little bit. Okay, it's going to help you control your product so that you don't have product running back on the cuticle or anything like that. Okay. So that whole work smarter, not harder thing. Okay. I'm going to see if I can get this in a spot where you guys can actually see it. Maybe if I move this way. Okay. Now, nail techs are a creature of habit, and I would absolutely love to be able to rearrange these, however, but I'm a creature of habit, and I have to have my powder and liquid things in exactly the right. So I'm going to use a really bright pink and a really white so that the color will show up really well on the sheet. And we were talking about brushes in a group earlier, aside from the brand name on that brush. I like these brushes because I like the fact that it's got a crimped ferrule right here. So it's a round brush that's flat. So it has the liquid holding of a round, but it has the control of a flat. So you find whatever brush you like to use, and use, when you're very first starting out, you can do this with whatever product you have laying around, because any practice is good, and it's going to help teach you how the products move, how they flow. When we start talking about testing products, we'll be back with something like this. But if it's your regular product, once you start getting better, you should use your regular product, because that's what you're trying to get your consistency down with. So I'm going to put my eyeballs on. And so here's the best way to do this, okay? So, no matter whether you're using a deep dish like I'm using, or you're using a dog dish like this is the C&D dog dish, or whatever you're using that's a dish, you need to make sure you go all the way down into the bottom of your dish to get all the air out of the belly of your brush, okay? And then you're going to drain some of the liquid out. So if you want to drain a lot of liquid out of your brush, you're going to start right back where the bristles meet the ferrule, and you're going to wipe all the way down the brush, and that'll leave a lot less liquid. Now, if you want more liquid in the brush, because you're going to get a bigger size ball of acrylic, then you brush halfway down. And if you need a small ball, you go all the way down, medium-sized ball middle, big ball you just tap the end, and that's if you want to do a really long nail. So I'm going to be doing about a medium, because these are about a medium length nail and about a medium size, right? For I think our average client. So I'm going to dip down. I'm going to drain the liquid out, wipe away from me. I'm going to drag towards me in my powder. And then I'm going to take a look at my ball of acrylic. It should look a little bit like a textured wall, and it shouldn't have any powder hanging off it. And then I'm going to place it down on the number 1. I'm going to lift my brush. Now see, it's too dry, right? That's how I know it's too dry. So we're going to pick that up and get rid of it so it's out of the way. Okay. Wipe. Drag. Yeah, that's going to be better. Place down on the number 1. And then you do whatever your company says to do. In my company's case, it's let the product settle. If you're using a product that you push and pull a lot, then that's what you're going to do with it. So mine is a pat all the way across to make it the same distance all the way across. Clean up your sides, make your smile line, clean up your free edge. Okay, now you don't want to worry so much about if it's perfect. Perfect will come when you're doing lots and lots of them in a row. And you also need to worry about making them look like real nails. Focus on getting the right size bead of acrylic every time and doing the right thing with it. That's what this product consistency practice sheet. So now I'm going to dip in my brush, and I'm going to wipe, and I'm going to drag, and I'm going to get a bead of pink, and I'm going to place it on the 2. And then again, you do whatever your product says, whether you're a push and pull or whatever. And I'm going to let mine flow and then stroke it out side, center, because that's what I'm supposed to do. Now, the really cool thing about using a really bright pink and a really bright white is that you can see if you're being too heavy-handed in pulling the pink over. So you place on the 3, lift your brush, let it flow, push it, whatever it is your product says to do, and then finish it off. Okay? And then the last one, this ball is really important because it doesn't seem like it, but it goes right in between the number 2 and the number 3 ball, like the apex ball. But this is really important because the product flows differently on top of other acrylic than it does on the natural nail. And so when you need to add more product to build up somebody's stress area, you need to know how the product's going to move when it's on top of other product, not on top of the nail. So then you can take this and you can look at it and you can go, okay, how did I feel? Did I go out behind the lines in the back? No. If that was on a person's nail, it wouldn't be touching their cuticle. Did I drag the pink too heavy-handed over the white? No, it doesn't really look like it. It looks like it's, like it's okay. Okay, well, now I did that one. Now I can just do another one. And you just do. So that's the thing is speed comes from knowing something by routine. And speed is how you make money, because if you can do nails fast, you can spend more time focusing on the customer service part and you can charge more money. So, because you're doing great work, but for faster. So I'm just going to do a couple here and talk my way through them as I'm doing them. So I won't be looking at the screen, so I won't be able to answer any questions. In fact, if that was just a question, I can't see it. So, okay, so are you ready? So I'm going to dip my brush down, And you always have the flat, if you have a crimped ferrule brush like I do, you always have the flat part of the ferrule facing you. So dip, wipe, drag, look at it, place, lift, and in my case, it's pat side to side with the belly of my brush, pull up my sides, make my smile line, clean up my free edge. And then I'm going to dip and wipe and pull and look and place and lift and let it flow. And then with the touch of a feather, I'm going to stroke it out. Dip, wipe, drag, look, place, lift. I'm going to give that a little push. And then side, side, center. And dip, wipe, pull, look, place, lift, and stroke it out. Okay, I'm going to do one more, and I'll show you guys again. Dip, wipe, drag, look, and now I look, see, and it's too dry. There's still powder on it. So instead of messing with a ball of acrylic that's messy, get rid of it and do it again. Wipe, drag, look, there we go, place, lift, let it flow, and then for mine it's pat to the side, pull up my sides, make my smile line, get a good nice smile line in there, clean up, wipe, dip, wipe, drag, look, place on the two, lift, push if your product says to, stroke it out, dip, wipe, drag, look, place, lift, push, pat, whatever your product says. Mine says to stroke, so stroke it out, wipe your brush, dip, wipe, drag, look, place, lift, stroke it out. And see, the more you do that over and over and over and over again, the better you can get and the faster you can get at it. See? So already look, they're pretty consistent from one nail to the other. They're a little different, but that's that routine that you get going. I'll go back through because I can't see the way I have my screen up. I can't see the comments down in the corner when just one pops up before it disappears. So I will look back at those on the replay and I will try to get some answers to you guys for them. And so make sure that, you know, if you guys want one of these, I suppose I could just scan it in and make it available as a download on the University of Nails. Like, I don't care. I made it like 15 years ago. Y'all can just have one, take it to your local Staples or whatever and laminate it. You can put it in a sheet protector, which is easy to do in a pinch, but I like laminating because it's easier. Grab my phone here so maybe I can see. Yeah, I mean, Tammy Taylor's got hers too. Although hers have, hoping to have you on an April 8th scope train. I'm hoping to, the only thing I don't like about the Tammy Taylor ones, and that's why I made this one that's my own, is I don't like the different sizes. I like having them all the same size because that is more helpful to me. So, I like them all to be the same size. And Tammy's has changed a bunch over the years, and I know it's got some different sizes on it. So, And I don't want, like, when we're talking about to get like really good speed, back when I was doing nails in where I could do a full set in 20 minutes, I was doing 300 nails a day, like Tammy always preaches. I was doing 300 nails a day. And if there's only 2 rows of nails on the practice sheet, that's a whole lot of work. Whereas with this one, I was able to just start up in one corner and go all the way across, and next row and next row and next row. And then I could go pop, 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 and pop them all off at once and wipe it a little bit and do it again. Because less hassle. And so that's why I made this whole one, is so that you can do lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of them. You know, every time you have a break, you can do them. And then that way you will get your product consistency down for whatever product you have chosen to use. And what makes that really cool is that then when you're considering, when you're looking at another product, when you're trying to figure out what you're going to do for another product, you can bust out your practice sheet and you know inside and out what your product feels like. And so then you can do a couple of nails with a new product on one of these, and you know almost instantly if it's anything that you'd want to try on a client. To see how it holds up. Or if just based on how it goes on this, you do a few nails on it and you're like, ooh, no, this is not me at all. I don't like this at all. So that's another good thing that these are useful for if you're using them all the time. All right, guys. Well, that was fun, kiddos. So I'm going to skedaddle on out of here and get ready to take care of a guest. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed, and I will make sure that I find you and get back to you with answers to questions. If you ask me a question and I couldn't get a chance to answer it. All right, guys. Bye.